How are you guys? How about saying I'm doing good, better than most? And I'm doing great, and I'm grateful and honored to stand here in front of you, and I want to say thank you. This is such a privilege to actually speak in front of you, because Summit just began, and it's Summit is not just an event. Summit is our Super Bowl, your Super Bowl. And as one of the trainers that work for this amazing company, I want to share some of the things that I've been through and what got me to actually stand here in front of you and actually talk. Life's hard. Life is life. We all have problems. We all have issues. And what I come to realize is what makes us different is really our solutions and the discovery moments that we have that really changed us. So I was asked to speak about this, about that. I posted on Facebook, what do you want me to talk about? Some people say I talk about nutrition. And some people talk about this and that. So I really want to talk about choices and the choice and the decisions that each one of us can choose every single day when you wake up. Is it going to be a great day, or today is going to suck? What I'm going to do with my day today, and if today was my last day, what would I do with it? And how would my legacy will continue? So it takes me to back to I do whatever it takes. So if you don't mind, do me a favor. You look at the guy or the person to your right and say, you have whatever it takes. That's right. All of you got whatever it takes, and that's why you're here. So I'm going to tell a little bit about my journey, because I feel that the biceps and the heart just, I don't know. And when I was 16, I started lifting weights, and it was, I don't believe that there's a coincidence. God don't do anything just like that. Yeah. You're sitting here because there's a reason you're sitting here, and the person next to you is sitting next to you, and you don't even know why he's sitting next to you. And 5 years from now, you connect the dots and like, Because after every setback, there's always a set for a comeback. And when you go through tough times and tough, hard ships, what happened after that? You go into always breakthroughs, right? And when I was 16, my relationship, I never had a relationship with my dad. And the one time that he took the time to take me from my house to somewhere else, but he had to stop somewhere, so he stopped me at the gym, and I was so skinny. Again, there's no coincidence. I couldn't get any dates. And that was my first date with 10-pound dumbbell. But since I'm talking about choices, I want to tell you what happened. A year later, I started seeing changes. And the changes were that my self-confidence grew, and I started getting dates finally. And I decided to do a competition, my first ever competition. And you're 17, you know it all. And I didn't ask for help. And I went on stage and I got my ass whooped. Talk about ass whooping. So my ego went from here to here. But here's the deal. I had a choice, and the choice was I could quit, or I'm gonna say I am a winner, I am a champion, I am a beast. So what I did, I chose to be a victor instead of being a victim. I will do whatever it takes for the nutshell to win it, and it doesn't matter what it takes. So a year and a half later, while I'm in the military, serving in Desert Storm, yeah, that was a long time ago in all. Lots of surgeries. The choice that I made turned to passion turned to a reflection decision that I connected that today to what happened back then and what brought me to the US. And when I came to the US, I came here, and I don't know if you guys know about this story, but I came here with a suitcase. My mom thought I was crazy. I left everybody. I couldn't speak the language. I slept in the car for 4.5 months. I went to different gyms and I said, can I get a temporary 1-week pass so I can take a shower? It wasn't even about working out. It was about taking a shower. I ate tuna that I will never forget the price. On sale, 2 for 69 cents. I will never eat tuna again. I promise you that. And beans. And thank God I slept by my car. Again, I could have quit, and I could have just said, you know, I can't work out, I don't have the money, and what am I doing here? So really, from what I'm saying right now, I want you to start thinking, what are you guys really doing here? What are you gonna do with Summit? Are you gonna be at the bar? Are you gonna be with your team? Because I always say, if I am the smartest guy in the room, I'm in the wrong freaking room. Yes. Awesome. And everything that happened in the past to you, that's being a victim. You turn it around and you say, it didn't happen to me, it happened for me. Right? So, what happened for me is, does anyone knows what a payphone looks like? Okay, I do. Because I remember one day, 5.5 hours. I was facing a tough choice. I had $3 and about 68 cents. I counted it so many times because I didn't know what I'm gonna do in the next couple hours because I had to drive. I didn't know where I'm gonna sleep, but I sit there in the car for almost, I think it was over 4 hours thinking, should I call my mom collect and ask her for a ticket and for money, or I'm gonna follow my dreams and I'm gonna conquer them. So a voice came to me, and the payphone, if you think about right now, we're sitting here in this room and there's a payphone outside and the payphone is ringing, but can you hear it? I don't. Can you hear it? No? Now what if you walked outside and the payphone ring? Would you go and pick up and say, hello? Anyone there? How many of you would do that? Probably not a lot. See, very few. But what if everybody walk in front of the payphone kept ringing? How many of you will pick up the phone? About 30%. What if that call was your calling and you didn't know that? And you missed your calling? What if this summit is your calling and you sitting here and thinking, what the heck am I doing here? What if it's that same payphone that I chose to get into my car, excuse me ladies, grow some balls. And I said, if I was in the military, I got shot in the ass, I got called Forrest Gump, I'm gonna make it. And then, exactly. Yeah, you ladies, I got something. So this guy sent me a message on Facebook and he said, behind every great man, there's a greater woman. I'm like, are you gonna be in Summit? He's like, yeah. I'm like, I have a joke for you. So I have a 2-minute joke for him. I don't know if he's here. Dan, that's for you. There's a mayor right next to Dallas, Texas, a small town that he was so egotistic. And he will, every Sunday, he will take his wife with his convertible car and he will do this huge, everything would be closed, and he would just take the car and just drive around, standing with his wife, like, and wave to everybody. And one Sunday, they drove by, and the guy see the wife, ex-boyfriend that work in a gas station, and said, aren't you glad that you are not with him? She's like, you dumbass. If I was with him, he would be the mayor. That's for you, ladies. I got an email. My friend, one of my really close friends, gave me peanut eggs. I looked at it, I'm like, whatever, kung fu, not free. Big guns, kung fu, no. And I love Tony, nothing to do with that. He was just sitting there, I got an email that says Beachbody. I'm like, Beachbody? Bro. I'm like, I don't go even to the beach, I live in Dallas. we want to talk to you. So we got hooked up with Beachbody, and I had the whole drug testing, interviews. I sat in a room with Carl that I didn't know why this guy asked me so many questions. And then I joined the family. Beachbody Beast was probably one of the hardest things for me ever to do, because living in a hotel and working with test groups, you have no idea how much, so much thought and so much thinking and so much doing to get to this program. And for me, Body Beast was not ever about money, it was not about fame, it was not about success, it was about changing the game. Taking all the time that I've been lifting and teaching people all my failures. Because I have not met one successful person that did not fail.
Yeah.
Only from your failures you're going to learn. But you have a choice. And that choice for me comes from one thing, faith. When I wake up in the morning, I only say three things. I said, thank you, God, for giving me this gift of today. And when you come from a place of gratitude, how many of you heard you go to Starbucks, my God, I'm so stupid. I am so fat. Well, when you start saying, I am so fat, calories will start looking for you. When you start saying, I'm so stupid, stupidity will come looking for you. But when you start saying, I'm a beast, I am smart, I am a coach, I'm gonna lift people up, I'm gonna teach people, I'm gonna pick up people, and I know my purpose is, and you don't have to be the smartest guy or the smartest lady. All you have to do is look for someone that it is, and then ask for medicine. So, why did I tell you the story about Beachbody? Because after almost a year and 8 months, I went with the VP to dinner, and she said to me, we have a problem. We don't know if you're the right guy for the job, because it just doesn't work. We don't know if you're gonna really get what it takes. And I will never forget that dinner. Talk about stabbing the heart. So that was Friday, and she said on Monday morning, 9 o'clock, we're gonna film you, and you're gonna have 3 guys, and you're gonna do chest and triceps. And I want you to remember one thing, and I will never forget it. I will never forget those 2 words. Those 2 words changed, not just changed standing here as the beast, changed my life forever. She said, you do it with no regrets. You go and give it all you got. You have a choice. And everything that you work so hard for, it won't matter. But you know what? It does matter. It does matter because it doesn't matter what happened to you. It matters what you're gonna do now. Right now, in this moment. I hear all the time, I live in the dream. Well, the dream was last night. What are you gonna do right now? Right? And when you wanna succeed as bad as you wanna breathe, that's when you're gonna be successful. And I tell you, when I walked to that room filming, those 3 guys will never forget that chest and triceps workout. Yes, I still remember their faces, the camera crew, and the VP. Yes, so, takes me, Body Beast, when I heard Body Beast, I'm like, I'm not freaking beast. I'm a beauty. I've seen some beasts and they're not pretty. But really the beast, I had a breakthrough, and the breakthrough was, again, what's the meaning? Because everything in life has a meaning. And the meaning is for your thoughts, because we always think about, now you're thinking, I have to go pee, I have to go pee. What's the meaning? I can't listen to this guy, I gotta pee. But when you think about all those thoughts, they create motions. And those motions creates emotions. And those emotions create feelings. And once you get to that spin of that feelings, it's so hard to get out of it. The way to change it, guys, is go right to your fate. And then ask yourself honest question. Do I see things as they really are? Or can I see things better than they are? What am I gonna do about it? And where do I take it from here? And that, my friends, that's your choice. So I'm leaving you here with some thoughts that think about the decisions that you made 5 years ago, 10 years ago. If you made a different decision, how will that reflect your life today? Where would you be today? So today, make that decision. What kind of coach do you want to be? Like Jimmy said, I lost 100 pounds and I look freaking awesome. But don't give a damn. And 50% of the crowd don't even really care. But what they really care is what he said. He really meant it. He spoke from the heart. He loves helping people. And when you do what you love, you're gonna wake up every morning with a fire up your ass and you're like, yes! I'm gonna beast up that day, I'm gonna win that day, and I will do whatever it takes to help one person today. And think about it, you help one person one day, 30 days, 90 days, that's 90 people. How many challenge group is that? Right? I don't know much about coaching. I live with a good coach, I think.
Congratulations.
Thank you. She's my everything, really. Because we met an event called Date with Destiny. And what I learned about coaching is something very, very that got my attention, that 70% of people that quit coaching is because what other people tell them, especially family members. Or other people tell them, you multi-level, are you stupid? What's wrong with you? So what other people think, that is none of your business.
True.
Okay? I'll tell you a quick story about that. I walked to my doctor a few years ago and I just signed a magazine. I was on more muscle fitness magazines than anyone else in the world besides Arnold. And I'm not bragging, but I owed money to my doctor at the time and I didn't have the money. The girl said to me, but you don't know these covers. I'm like, did you know that you don't even get paid for those covers? Actually, it costs more to get ready for those covers. And Muscle Fitness, the only magazine I paid $300 to be on the cover. That's it. So she put me in a box because I was on the cover. So you are also in a box. You're a Beachbody coach. Well, what do? You got legs here and legs there? That's what I heard. I said, you want to see my third leg? I think that's a good way to end this conversation. So, last thing, Body Beast is for women, and Body Beast is gonna get huge! Not women, not huge like that. Like I said. It's none of your business what other people think. You stick with your fate, because when I speak to you to your head, I speak to your head. And when I speak to your heart, I speak to your heart. But when I just spoke from my life experiences, that's when you can relate to me. When I lost 100 pounds, and why did I lose that 100 pounds? Well, my question, how did you get to be overweight 100 pounds? What's your story? Ask people what's their stories, and learn about other people, and don't make everything about me. Because it's not about you. If you don't help someone else, you are wasting your life. And that's what I believe in. And if you don't have faith, you really have nothing. So think about the coaching summit. You driving in a fancy car. You driving with a huge family that there's none alike. I can tell you, there's none alike. I spent so many days at headquarters, and I've never seen their love, their happiness, and people actually going to work and they're smiling. How many times you actually hear someone, freaking I'm going to work. I got to work today. That bitch. Or we can get up in the morning, brush your teeth, do 25, right? Shower. I hope most of you do. Drink your shake, say your prayers, send your kids to school, and just do what you do. And when everybody's saying, are you a Beachbody coach? Like, you should come to Summit and listen to the beast.
The beast, ladies and gentlemen.